Hi, welcome to Dad Talk Network. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Today I am back in the kitchen with my wife Tracy. So Tracy, what are we cooking today?
I'm cooking a fall favorite. It's a wonderful hearty dish, chicken corn chowder. You will love this rendition of chicken corn chowder. So first I'll start with the ingredients for my chicken corn chowder. Down below here I have a crock pot, and be sure to preheat your crock pot at the high setting before you begin to prepare your ingredients, so it's nice and hot when you put them in. Here I have 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts, it's your choice, but the thighs have more flavor. And if you do choose to use breasts, choose the bone-in split breasts, and then you can pull the meat off of the breast meat off of the bone when it cooks later throughout the duration of cooking. I have some chopped scallions. This is about 4 scallions chopped. I have a few bay leaves here. I have some thyme tied up in a string so it's easier to pull out. If you don't have string, that's okay. You'll just have to fish out the thyme. I have 2 teaspoons each of salt, pepper, and garlic. I have about 1/4 cup of hot pepper sauce or hot sauce. I use the Red Hot brand, but you can choose whatever hot sauce brand you like. I have 1 large onion chopped. I have a red bell pepper and a yellow bell pepper here, rough chopped. I have 2 cans of corn, whole kernel sweet corn with the liquid in it. We're going to still use the liquid that's in it, so don't drain it. I have some chicken stock here. It's a 32-ounce container of chicken stock, or you can get a can. And over here we have about 3 cups of potatoes. I have a medley of different types of potatoes, red and Yukon Gold and white potatoes, cut up into pieces, so about 3 cups. And last but not least, I have some heavy cream here with about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch that I've mixed with a wire whisk. If you don't have heavy cream, you can use half and half. You could even use milk. I would probably do about, if you used milk, I would probably do about maybe 3.5 tablespoons. Just add a little bit more cornstarch to it. Now I'm going to put all my ingredients into the crock pot. This is so easy. It's one of the easiest meals you can make because you're putting everything in the crock pot and you forget about it for about 4.5 hours. You might want to come back halfway through and give it a good stir, but it's so easy to make. First, we're going to start by removing the lid to the crock pot. I can feel the heat in there. It's starting to get nicely heated. I'm going to add the boneless chicken. And here I'm using the thighs. I'm adding the spices, which is salt, pepper, and garlic, 2 teaspoons each. And if you add any more, it's to taste. And if you choose not to use salt, you want to use a salt substitute, by all means do so. You can add the scallions, the bay leaves, the thyme, pretty much all the ingredients. Just add them in. Peppers, and the peppers will give it that signature flavor, and it goes well with the corn. All the juices of the corn into the pot. 2 cans of kernel corn. And the cayenne pepper sauce. or hot sauce, some people call it. Give it a little mix, a stir. Look at all the wonderful colors you get in there. Now when this chowder is done, it'll have a nice creamy soup base, chowder base. Now I'm going to add the 32-ounce container of chicken stock. And last but not least, the heavy cream cornstarch slurry. Give this a nice mix. Potatoes. And let it slow cook for 4.5 hours. There you have it. We'll be back soon. So here we're at the end of the cooking for this chicken corn chowder. You see here there's a very nice chowder consistency. I checked as it was cooking just to make sure that it had the chowder consistency. And I found that I did need to add a little bit more cornstarch. Only do that, let's say, a tablespoon at a time. You mix a tablespoon with a little bit of water to make a slurry, and then you add it. So I only found that I needed to add another 2 tablespoons to get it to a chowder consistency. I just don't want you to add all cornstarch at the same time, because you don't want it to be over starchy and too thick at the end. So it's best to start out with a little cornstarch and then work your way. And then I also added some salt and pepper to taste. And I encourage you to do the same to your taste. Add salt and pepper towards the end. And this is optional. You can add some cheddar or Mexican blend cheese at the end. Not required, but I like the flavor that the cheese adds. So I will add about 8 to 10 ounces of, I'm choosing the Mexican style cheese this time. That's what I have in stock in my fridge. But cheddar will work. The Mexican style will work. And it adds another delicious dimension to the soup. And then you're going to want to fish out the thyme sprigs that are in there. You don't want to leave that in there. You want to take that out. And this looks about ready for serving. So what I will do is serve this in a nice soup bowl. And you can garnish this, if you choose, with some bacon crumbles. And of course, that's totally optional. Delicious.
Finished cooking, so now let's do the taste test.
Let's see.
Very good, tasty and creamy. So,
And that bacon on the top.
Always, thank you for watching Dad Talk Network and this series of Back in the Kitchen with my wife Tracy. Stay tuned for a new episode coming soon.
Until next time.